Okay, welcome everyone. It's Friday, week 12. I know today's video, it's quite long. How many of you have a chance to watch it so far? Yeah? Yes? Yes? Okay.
I just finished half of it.
I fell asleep at.
You fell asleep, Cindy. Okay, which part, how far along did you go?
I mean, I read back his the light book version. I think I was pretty far. I fell asleep after like maybe 30-40 minutes. I was listening to it and then I fell asleep.
Interesting. Hey, I'm curious, at what time of the day did you watch that video? Was it like after a meal by any chance?
It wasn't after me. It was like around 4 or around 4 p.m. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
It's probably like a long day. It's like has it been like a difficult week for you, perhaps?
No, it's okay. I mean, it's just normal now, right? It's spring and so nothing new. I try out new recipe, look out for
Yay.
new
Okay.
sauce for food that doesn't contain sugar. So yeah.
Awesome. That's good. Yeah, like today I was also tired in late afternoon. And then like after dinner too, I almost want to take a nap before our call today. But anyways, I don't know if it's like the summer heat here in Hong Kong or
No.
huh?
No, honestly, we've been in exactly the same sort of mood today. Really low energy. I just had to have a nap before the call, and that's ridiculous. Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
And here it's rainy. It's raining over here now at the moment.
Okay. Okay.
But very mucky. It's very mucky as well. So
Yeah. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. All right. So Cindy mentioned about that ebook, and since some of you had a chance to watch it, and I know Joey, you're halfway through it. Is everybody aware that there is a ebook that go along with today's video? In fact, for the whole next week as well. Does everybody know? Okay, so that's all right. So for Frank and Joey, I'm gonna quickly show you where this ebook is. Okay, so let me go to our page and I will show you. I'll share our screen.
In today.
Yeah, I'll share my screen quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, let me do that right now. Screen share. All right, can everybody see my screen right now? It should say the WildFit Challenge. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Great. So this is today's video, right? Week 12, day 82. And if you scroll to the bottom of the book under important links, you will find this Living WildFit ebook. And the video, it's a version of this Living WildFit ebook. So if you're not so much of an audio or video person, you rather just read text, I recommend you to just go straight ahead and click this link to the Living WildFit ebook. So how does this ebook look like? And that's how it looks like. It's about 14 pages long. It's color, so hopefully it's more digestible for all of us. And it goes through the core principles of WildFit. We are coming to a point where we are combining everything we have learned in this past 12 weeks and coming up in the 13 weeks so that you will have confidence and knowing what to do going forward after this challenge is over. Because I mean, Kim and I probably won't be there to guide you along as well, but it does not mean that you are left with no help. I highly recommend you to read this WildFit ebook and reread it several times too. And don't worry that you don't get it right away, because even for us coaches, like it takes some time for us to like really get to the solid core principles of WildFit. So just take it easy. It's okay. But this is a really good resource for you, and it's a gift from WildFit as well. Like I said, it combines everything we've learned so far. Remember the beginning where we talk about some of the 6 core hungers? Like here, there is all the information that you need. Can remind you which of the 6 core human hungers that we have, and what happens if like something comes up and you're feeling not so sure. definitely go back to this WildFit ebook. Any questions about this ebook so far?
No.
No? Okay, I'm gonna exit. Okay, all right. And let me just pull up my screen really quickly. All right.
Frank's face is slim.
I think so too. Yeah, I think so
Yeah.
too, Frank.
You,
Yeah,
It's
like this
very
part here, right?
yeah, this part.
Your face too, Cindy. I think it's getting slimmer for sure.
It's not the same. I
Sorry?
probably have my. It's probably
Okay.
I have my.
All right, here's the thing, Cindy. Here's the thing. We are usually the last one to notice any changes on our body. I'm one of those. I can tell you, I had no idea that I've been releasing weight because it's a very gradual process. And also because we see ourselves every single day, assuming that we check our mirror and all that stuff. It's not that obvious because it's incremental. Have you had a chance where, I know you have friends who have kids, right, Cindy? So have you had this experience where perhaps you haven't seen this young kids 6 months? Let's say you saw a friend of yours, a young kid, maybe 6 months ago, and then now 6 months later you go see this kid again. Did you sometimes notice a difference in this kid?
Yeah, I mean, little kids, yes, they grow so fast.
Exactly. So we are like that little kids we've been changing, but we don't see it because you know what's happening here? It's the parents usually don't see the change of that young kids as well. Not until someone outsider like you haven't seen this person, this kid for 6 months. Then you see it from fresh eye. Then you're like, oh, wow, your kid has grown and all that. It's the same. That's the reason why we asked you in the beginning to take photos, do your measurements, so that we have hard evidence to show we are indeed having a health transformation. So it's okay that, Cindy, you don't see it yourself, but I see it. Does everybody else see it too?
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
For sure.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay if you don't believe us, but one thing you can go back to is your photos or the videos that the recordings of the live calls here. To check those live calls, you just go back to the Facebook group. I tag a lot of our posts, most of our posts in Facebook posts in fact. And if you go back to the live calls tag, you'll be able to find all the coaching calls that I posted on YouTube.
Yeah.
Plus the one that Kim put out on the cloud as well. That's how you can go back to week 1, if you like, to see how big of a difference you've become.
I did the first 5 weeks, but I never went back after that. Maybe I should.
Absolutely. I would recommend it. Yeah. And it will give you more, it will definitely give you more like, it will give you more positive feelings about this too. So, right? Okay. So Cindy, remind me, which part did you stop today? Because I want to see how much I need to go through before I start the next topic. Which part did you stop today from the video?
No, I mean, I read the ebook. So like
Okay.
I went pretty far where Eric talked about like I think I stopped at what's like acceptable.
Perfect.
There, yeah.
That's great. That's related to my next topic. How about you, Joey? Around which part you stop at? Do you remember?
I watched it right after lunch and I stopped when office starts again. I think it's about there's several principles of WildFit and I stopped at the principle number 4 about human diet.
Okay, great. All right. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about the next topic, which Joey, you haven't watched this part yet, but I'm going to just briefly talk about what it is. And if you don't get this part yet, don't worry. You can go back to the video, the Eric's video, and also read the WildFit ebook. But I'll try to explain it so everybody can understand it better. Okay, so one of the WildFit principles or living WildFit as we going forward is living this lifestyle, right? And we actually have to think of ways to categorize foods. So some of the foods, it's essential, meaning that we need it all the time, such as water, leafy vegetables. And then there's another category. So there are 4 categories. There are essential. There are the occasional. All right. And okay, I'm missing the third one before go to like, rare. So yeah, so is, all right, let me start over again. So we have the essential, and then we have the occasional or optional, like what Reggie just said. And then we have the third one is the rare. And then the last one is the don't lie. Like I don't go below this line, right? And I'll briefly talk over it, how you put it in these 4 categories. So the essentials are the ones that we must have. The idea is if we don't have these essentials all the time, we veer off from having optimal health. And one of the WildFit principles is the absence of vegetables and fruits that make us easier to get sick. Okay, so therefore, having lots of vegetables and fruit sometimes it's essential. Okay, so then the second category is the occasional or optional, which is depends on which season we are in. Certain foods are more optional for us in certain seasons, but it doesn't mean those foods are needed for us all the time. And then the rare is, I mean, as the name suggests, it's some of the foods that I'll have it once in a while, but it doesn't mean I'll have it all the time. And the last category is the no-nos. It is the ones that I'm not going there. Like it's obvious to me that it's dysfunctional. It's causing more harm to my body than the goods. So that's the category that we're not going into it. So don't worry about these, how you would put all the foods in these 4 categories right now, because next week we are going to explore these 4 categories a lot more. But there is one category that I definitely want to discuss today, which is the don't line, the line that you won't go below. And I'm curious. Don't worry about I need to categorize all the food right now in the don't category, but I'm just curious to hear from all of you, if you can give me 1 or 2 items that from now on, perhaps you would know that, okay, this is my don't lie. Like I don't go below this. Okay, I'll start first. For me is dairy products and drugs and smoking as well. Like I just don't do those 2 things. So even if people offer me a cigarette, I'm like, nope. Or even if people offer me drugs, nope. So, all right. Who wants to go next? I'm curious. Frank, what will we start with you? Give me 1 item that's for you. It's a no line.
I'm thinking about something like something very sweet, like maybe like soda, like Coke or like whatever soda that's very very sweet.
That's a good one. Can you tell us more why that the soda is not? It's your don't line. It's your don't category.
Yeah, I think basically it's mostly sugar, right? And but I'm avoiding sugar for a while for a while now. So I think along with this WildFit program, also I think the idea is not to have too much of these things.
Okay.
And I guess there's not much other things in it.
Yeah, that you're absolutely right. And soda, I think does more harm to us than the good. Like I really don't see any like nutritional value in it, besides giving us sugars that we don't really need. So, okay, great. Frank, that's a good one. Okay, Joey, what about you? Give me 1 item that will go into your don't line.
I think it would be the candies.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Can you
Yeah.
tell us more why the candies? It's a no for you.
Actually, during this process, I think I have lost my interest in candies.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah.
Okay, you have to tell us what happened there. Okay, first of all, tell us before your relationship with candy. Like, what happened? What was it like with you and candy before WildFit?
I think I've mentioned that I'll keep some snacks in my drawer, such as
Yes.
the chips like that. When I'm in stress, I'll grab everything and put into my mouth.
Yep.
Yes, this is what I was before, but no, they contain so many sugar inside.
Yeah.
Yes. Uh-huh. So
Yeah.
I already replaced them with almond and walnut.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
Wow. I'm so happy to
Yes.
hear that for you. That's a big
And,
change for you.
and whenever I have candies, I'll give it to my colleagues.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
And your
Yeah. You
boss.
know, give away the not so healthy things
Fat
too.
boss.
Oh yeah. Register to your boss.
The fat boss.
Yes,
Yeah. Do it.
you know, my boss has a container with some different types of candies on her desk.
Oh
And
my
every
God.
time when we sit at her side, we'll look at the candies and show it to us. And, hey, have some, have fun with it. Then I will take it now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really? That's
Awesome.
awesome. Okay, so Joey, at what point did you start losing interest in those candies?
I think at the later part of the program.
Yeah.
Yes.
Around any ideas like around like
These these 2 to 3 weeks
yeah.
after spring. I think.
Okay. I think after we enter spring. So in the past 2-3 weeks, so perhaps around like week 9, week 10, perhaps that's around the time where we have an opportunity or to stay in spring or not. That's probably around that time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm curious to hear more about your mental state there too. What makes you not want to have those candies anymore around that time? What's trigger you?
Nothing. Just when I look at them, I have no interest at all.
Wow.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
That's
I'm so happy for you because it sounded like candy was a part of your life. You kept it in your drawers as well, and now you have no interest. And I think it's fair to say that you have achieved food freedom from candies. Would you agree?
Just candies.
Yeah, no, I know, but no. Okay, here's the thing, Joey. Can you please take a moment to acknowledge this statement? Because you have achieved your freedom from candies.
Yeah.
Yes, right? Okay. I want you really to take in a moment to thank yourself. I want you to take in this moment to thank yourself what you have done. Because this is huge for you. I know perhaps there are, yes, yeah, great. I know there are other items that you are also working on as well, but please, can we just keep it at one thing at a time? Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, great.
Okay.
Okay, yes. So can we let's do this together? Okay, on 3, right? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes! See? Yeah. Joey, please. Like these, you might not think this is big, but for us, Kim and I especially, and everyone here as well, this is a big win for you. And there are so many other wins coming along the way, but you need to recognize it and also celebrate it. so that you will have more momentum and confidence going forward to work on other things too. So
Yes.
yeah, don't just say that, oh, just candies. Like, you're deflecting this compliment I'm trying to give you. If you can't even take this compliment, how are you going to encourage yourself?
Oh, when you to set a price, something come up into my head.
Okay,
It's
Me?
Coke.
Coke. Here we go again.
that's okay.
No, just come up here.
Yeah.
That's okay. We'll deal with that later. But
Okay.
for now, at least you have
Not worth
some progress with candies there. So I just want you to acknowledge it first. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Awesome. All right. We'll come back to you late after. All right, Reggie, I want to hear, what is the one thing for you? It's going to be the don't line. No line.
Oh, no, I don't like. No, what I'm not going to do anymore, you mean?
Yeah.
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 Right. Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of, there's not one. It's all the things we shouldn't take. I'm not taking anymore. So there we go again. I'm Mr. Goody Two Shoes. Trying to be a good boy. No. I'm not trying to be a good boy. I see the importance of not taking a lot of stuff. And it goes even as far as coffee. Because then I think coffee is not killing you. Of course not. And it's not, I think coffee is even optional.
Okay.
But the fact I understood. Yeah, go on.
So don't worry about what item that you think it will go into the occasional or the rare right now. What I'm really working on.
But the main thing was, of course, it started off with soda. That was one thing, and then I looked at the whole groups, and it was dairy that I sort of cut out of my diet completely. And what was the other one? Sugar, of course, refined and artificial. That's not in there in the soda, but in everything that it could be in, I'm not taking it. Yeah. Okay. So it means that we are always, or sometimes I check with Kim, but usually I can do it myself. When I look at processed meats as well, there's hardly ever a good one in amongst them. Hardly ever. Okay. So then you see it at the end. That goes very well. You look through the lines and then you say, okay, this and that and that and that. And then suddenly at the end it says dextrose or something, or some kind of a glucose syrup or something. Come on, check it out. So I'm not taking it then. So I really don't take those things. And wheat and grains is not on my diet anymore.
Really?
No,
wow. Are you sure about all the 5 things that's going to be your don't line? That's a lot there. Because even for me, I have grains once in a while. It's not in my don't line. So
I just don't do it.
All right.
I got a witness. I got a witness.
All right, good for you. Good for you. All right. So Reggie, hang tight. I'm going to ask Cindy as well, and then we'll talk more about that.
Okay, fine. Yeah, okay, good.
Cindy, just give me one item that it will go into your don't line, your no line. Like from now on, you just won't do this anymore.
Should it be noodles?
I can't think of any though.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay. All right. I also know that because you haven't had a chance to like read through the ebook or watch the videos yet. So perhaps that's something to like keep thinking about, and we'll come back to you later on. Yeah. Okay. Good to hear what everybody's initial thought about your don't line, and also the reasonings behind it. So I want you to like start thinking about this, how you categorize your foods going forward. For the next week, we'll discuss a lot more about this, but just start thinking, because it's part of how you will learn going forward to live this lifestyle. Okay. Kim, anything like to add so far?
Not so much. No. Okay. You're doing great.
All right. Okay. All right. I want to share with all of you something that happened to me recently, which is very clear to me. It was an emotional hunger. And so what happened was I was always, like a few weeks ago, I was already like looking forward to go back to Beijing, as I've mentioned. But because I have some hiccups here and there, and it's like delaying my plans, right? So I've been like, oh man, like I miss Beijing when I go back. And it's clearly like there's like nostalgia for me going on. And guess what happened? I went to look for Beijing style food. And because I wanted to like satisfy this like emotional, that's clearly nostalgia for me, this emotional void. So I went to go for Beijing dumplings. And when I had a few bites, I thought, it's not really what I was looking for. Like, I really pay attention to my food dialogue and my food timeline. And I finished that plate. Yeah, I was happy, but it wasn't really that feeling. It didn't really like satisfy that emotion that I was thinking of. And instead, I called a friend in Beijing and like talked to the friend for a while. And that actually made me feel better instead of that plate of Beijing style dumplings. So I just want to show you that emotional hunger comes in all the time, and it's okay. The key thing is we need to learn to recognize it and see what emotions, feelings that come up, and what are other ways that we can achieve that emotional void instead. So this is just one example that I want to show you. Any like thoughts or comments about this?
Yeah.
No?
No,
Okay.
I think, Reggie, you told me something during the week, and you had that sort of experience with coffee.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was not completely honest, because but it was a choice. That was the last time we went out for dinner. One of the border cities, and we sat there, and I said to Kim, somebody says it's always nice to close off your meal in style. It's more that idea. And you do that usually with you can do it with dessert but a certain drink as well. So I thought, no, let's try. But I'm actually going to experiment this one with coffee, with just a little cup of espresso, and see what happens. And so I think that finally put me off coffee completely, because it was so not nice. And of course, lately already I didn't put sugar in my coffee, or before WildFit even. And now it was even more bitter than it ever was before. And I couldn't really distinguish all the different flavors in the blend or something. It was not. So I enjoy tea a lot more now, and especially than the non-caffeine ones. So it's a good thing just to try it sometimes, and I think if you're really on the course that you want to be. And as long as it's not too dangerous, because I think when I start eating cheese now, I think we had there was one time that was a mistake. I asked for the guy to take away all kinds of stuff from my carpaccio, but one of the main ingredients of carpaccio is to shave Parmesan cheese on it. So I asked for a lot of no dressing, no this, no that, and then finally it came onto my plate, and it was with Parmesan, because I didn't say I didn't want that. And but I said to Kim, it's too much work to give. It was very fine stuff. In Breda, what I told about with coffee, we had the same thing, but Kim and I both scraped all the Parmesan off because they were big flakes. Those little ones I couldn't. And I said to Kim, let's see what happens. See if I completely go crazy like a junkie and I need to have cheese afterwards. So I just ate the stuff, and I said, yeah, it was almost like plastic what was on top to me. It didn't have the flavor that I was used to, actually. So that was another thing that I think, okay, I'm doing great then, possibly, because I'm not craving for it anymore. And that's not having the cravings, that's the nicest thing. And I drink a lot of water all the time, sometimes up to 3 liters a day. Nice. And sometimes 3 liters and a little bit of fizzy water next to it. There's a lot of stuff. Yeah. I'm the best visitor of the loo, of course, in the house.
Nice.
But it's nice to be so I don't know, especially the focus again, and I'm glad I'm back in spring because I've got a lot more energy now again. In summer it was not so good actually, but then I felt very relaxed. I feel very hyped up now. Even when I wake up, I told Kim this morning I wanted to sleep longer, and I'm almost having a dialogue with my body and tell me, come on, go. We have to go to sleep and have a little bit that feeling of that you're completely at ease and completely relaxed. But then that body goes like it's revving up the engine. Like, brum, 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 let's go. And it's like, no, I want to go to sleep. And I'm like, yeah. Then I'm out. And then immediately I started watching Eric's video. And but then the hour takes a long time because I want him to speed up as well because I want to start doing it. And that's continuously like that. I have to do stuff, and I'm up. We're up at about between 6 and 7. And yesterday I finished in the room with building a cupboard, and it was 12:30 at night. So and then I wake up at 6:30 again, and it goes on and on and on, and I keep doing a lot of things. So that's why I like spring a lot. And it's clearer to me. It's clear. Sometimes you think, oh, can I have this or that? No, that's not a berry, and then you can't take it, and all those things. So I like spring a lot, and it's of course the season that you can lose actually your excess weight. I don't have to lose weight forever, but until I'm not at that point, then I'm glad it's happening now. And we did a funny experiment, Kim and I, and that's nice to mention, I think, is that we wanted to get back into ketosis very quickly. So on Monday, we fasted, the Alka-Geyser fast, so let's say the sissy kind of fasting. But no, I used to do it always with water, but I don't think that's good for your body anyway. So, but we did the fast with Alka-Geysers. And next day we checked with the ketos, the ketone sticks, the keto sticks, and we were both in ketosis again after 1 day. So and then it's easy to carry on, and then all the energy is back again. I was afraid a little bit of getting a headache, but that didn't even happen. Just as long as you stay hydrated. So that was quite an interesting one. So the fast element to get into the next season is quite useful in my case.
That's great. That's good to know. Okay, let me ask everybody here. Does anybody know what WildFit season fasting would fall into? Anyone? Except for Reggie and Kim. I assume you know the answer. Anybody? Take a guess.
The winter?
That's right.
You mean the winter?
That's right. So fasting is always in winter.
Yeah.
The idea behind it is in the fall season, we tend to, in WildFit fall, we tend to eat more carb-heavy food. The idea is we are storing more energy, fat, and water to prepare for a winter that in WildFit language is an African winter where there's a drought, there's not going to be a lot of animals around, the plants are probably half dead, so there's not much food around. And the idea is like at that time in nature, probably there's not a lot of food around, so that's why we need to fatten up before winter comes. And that's also what Eric always talk about, where people always tend to not eating. I mean, let me put it this way. Eric always talk about that people eat the way that is very convoluted for the body, and it's the way that they eat always signal to the body that winter is coming, because we've been eating a lot more heavy calorie consumed types of food, and it's communicating to our body that winter is coming. But a lot of times we actually don't ever experience that winter. All we've been doing is just eating lots of like calorie heavy food and not switching seasons around. And we've been eating to prepare for this quote unquote winter that never comes. I hope this is more clear now for everybody to understand what Eric means, that winter's coming and whatnot. So especially Joey asked before about like the different seasons. So I hope this, and also Kim did a really good job with the graphic he put up in the Facebook group, and you can always also check that out as well. So yes, Cindy, a fast is always a winter season. Okay, all right. So Nice check-in, Reggie. Thank you. Okay, let's start with Frank as well. How has your week been? We'll just do like general check-in and hear about your week.
The thing is normal. I think like I'm not that energetic recently. I don't know why. I think maybe it's hot now or whatever. So yeah. Also not like when I do the exercises, sometimes it's like it's not as the stamina is not as good as before. So yeah, I don't know whether it's the just temperature or it's something else. But other than that, it seems to be okay.
Okay, yeah, that's also good observations too. And feel free to take a nap if you're feeling tired in the middle of the day, because it is pretty hot out. I know that Beijing summer, it's like dry, desert type of heat, and it is quite, it is not very nice. Let me put it this way sometimes. So if you anytime that you feel like, it's not so energetic, like it's okay, take a nap. Eric always talks about it too. When he travels to Africa to hang out with the Bushmen, he noticed that the Bushmen doesn't necessarily sleep like in one setting where it's like 8 hours a night and then like wake up and then like do things the whole day. Eric mentioned that the Bushmen sometimes would get up, say maybe like early, like 6, 7, like go out and hunt, and in the middle of the day, like maybe 11 or 12, like the day start to get really, really hot, and it's difficult for the Bushmen to go out and hunt. Then perhaps the Bushman will take a nap under a tree just to like, rest up and get some shades perhaps, and then wake up again in the afternoon and then maybe go about their day. And then maybe they'll sleep again like early evening, and then maybe we'll wake up again. So like it's okay to have this like pattern of like nap sometimes, because I think right now for you, since we're a lot more clear about the items that we're eating, it's perhaps not so much about the food it's making us tired. It could be like the weather these days, because I assume that you're not having grains now so much, right, Frank? Is it me or is it him? His videos. Did he froze or is it just me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. It happens. It's okay.
It's still.
Yeah. I wonder which part. That he froze.
I can move.
Yeah. All right. Well, then I'm gonna move on to Joey first, and then come back to Frank later. All right, Joey, how's your week?
It's normal as before. I think I like spring.
Okay.
I like spring. Yeah.
What do you like about it?
It's coming back. Oh. Frank. Sorry.
Yeah. Disappeared. Because I can lose weight in spring.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What about food-wise? Do you find it not so easy to find food to eat?
Sometimes it's quite difficult to find food to eat, especially I still need to go to. The choice of food is limited.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you do like spring because you can lose weight. That's the reason behind, right? That's the.
Yeah.
All right. Sure. Good to know.
But of course, I like. Is it autumn? Where
autumn, yeah.
I can have abundant fruits. Is
okay.
It autumn?
Yes.
Yes. I miss the fruits.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So just take note on the seasons, like which ones you like and the reasons behind it, because next week we're going to talk a lot more about how you choose like seasons to be in and how long you want to stay in each season. So definitely take note of what you like about what season and whatnot. Okay, great. Okay, so what else happened this week for you?
Me?
Yeah.
This week has been very busy and stressful. So I'm feeling tired and in low energy every day, but I need to still push myself to work hard. Yeah, so I'm so tired that I haven't done any exercise when I when I come back home. Yes, this part I think I can improve later.
Okay.
When the peak is over.
Okay, sorry to hear about that you feel stressed. Can you talk a lot more about that? What is making you feeling stressed?
I think it's work.
Okay.
And the COVID-19 gives us lots of pressure and workload because some of our staff are frontline in the property management.
Okay.
So yeah. Yes.
Yeah, so just to give context for everyone who is not in Hong Kong, Hong Kong has been hit by a third wave of resurgence of coronavirus, and Hong Kong is dealing with it, but our infection rate has gone up significantly, and in the past we've been only single digits or double digits, like low double digits in terms of infection numbers, but in the past week it has been it can go up to the low hundreds, like 120 perhaps. Actually 118 was yesterday's new record, but before that it was like around 60, 70, and it's still relatively high compared to what Hong Kong has been experiencing. So it's considered as the third wave, and it is causing some fear, I would say, among the community. So Joey, let me ask you, are you working at the office or are you working from home?
Yes, I'm working at the office, but our company decided not to give the home office. So my colleagues are also always having bad temper as me.
I'm so sorry. I think it was my internet. It was sorry. It was my internet. It was cutting. It was unstable. Can you answer again when I asked, are you working from home?
No, I'm working in the office full time. From Monday to Friday, so not work.
Yeah, not working from home.
It's stressful and with bad temper.
Do you mean that you feel you have bad temper, or your colleagues have bad temper, or what?
All of us.
Oh wow. Well, what's the reason?
Stressful.
What's the reason behind the bad temper?
I think all of us are murmuring about the company's decision not giving home office.
Oh, yeah. Sorry to hear that. That would be, I would imagine,
at risk.
Yeah, I would imagine so. So yeah, and I mean, I think that is more clear on. So first of all, thank you for explaining and telling us what you're going through. It's definitely giving us more idea about your state of mind and how your week has been through. Because let me tell you this, like, it's not just about what we eat in this journey, it's also about how we feel, generally speaking, our emotional and mental state of mind. So because of the context that I gave of Hong Kong, it's battling the third wave of COVID, and Joey is not feeling so safe being in an environment that you know, that's giving her pressure there. Yeah. And I can just tell Joey for you that this week and also on Monday as well, you are under stress, because I can see that your did you feel that your allergies are more obvious this week? You have more allergy symptoms. Did you find it?
Yes, it's which is annoying me.
So sorry, it was my internet again. So yeah, you found it. Yes, this is the time.
Yes, really annoying.
Yeah. So and let me ask you, a few weeks ago when you pointed out to Cindy that you said you felt that Cindy wasn't enjoying so much. Like you tell Cindy to relax. Do you remember that week? Do you remember that week?
Yes.
Let me ask you.
Yes.
At that week, did you have the same amount of allergy symptoms as this week?
I think less.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. So,
yes.
so
I have hands with sterilizing with alcohol.
Yeah. So Joey, so this is something that I noticed with you, and let me know if my theory is correct. I noticed that when you're feeling stress, when your body is not feeling so good, your body is actually telling you that the body's not feeling so good by having more symptoms of allergies. It's actually, because I think it's a way your body's telling you that you need to relax more. The reason why I say that is because I noticed that week that you tell Cindy to relax, and I remember you were saying that, Cindy, look at me, I'm enjoying spring right now. You know, I'm making the alkagizer, like, you know, I'm good. I noticed that week your allergies isn't so high.
Yes, and even my sleep quality, I think it's
right. Yeah. So
in line with my emotions.
Right. So I want you to remember this, this theory that I just explained, which is when you are stressed, your body is giving you all sorts of signals. Your body's giving you all sorts of messages. One of them is your allergies will be higher, and your sleep isn't so good. It's your body is communicating to you that you need to do something about it, because the body is like, I don't like this. Don't give me more stress. Your body's telling you that do something. Like, I don't like this. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So what are some of the ways that you can help your body out here by reducing those symptoms, by reducing those stress?
Relax.
Yeah, but how? How?
I don't know.
Okay, we definitely have one of the two kits. We definitely have one item that you've learned in the beginning. Just give me that one item.
555 briefly.
Thank you. Absolutely. We can always start with that, right?
Oh, I forgot it these 2 to 3 days because I'm in stress and I don't want to think other things. It also it's not good too.
Can I tell you, it is a time that we don't want to do it. It's usually the time that we really need to do the breathing exercise. Yeah.
Actually, I tried it maybe on Wednesday when I couldn't sleep well. I woke up at midnight. I tried to. I'm even not calm.
Oh, whoops. Is it me? Oh, it's okay. She'll come back soon. But hey, I want everybody to start thinking about ideas for Joey. How can we help her to relax more? So start thinking, everybody, please. When she comes back, we can give her ideas.
She's back. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Joey.
Is it? Yeah. Is it possible? And I know you probably don't feel like it, but is it possible to go out for a walk at lunchtime or something? Is there a nice park that you can go for a walk at lunchtime during the day and break up your work day?
Yeah, I can, and I did it.
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday. Yes.
Okay, great.
And how did you feel? How did you feel after that walk?
It's sunny these few days. I think going out have a walk to have a something positive.
Yeah. That's great. So going for a walk, you feel more positive afterwards, right?
Oh.
So definitely try to remember this feeling. Yay, Frank is back. Great.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Joey, you feel more positive after taking a walk, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
and out in that sunshine too, getting some sunshine during the day, come to the office and into the sunshine can be really, rev you up again.
Yes, I can go out more because it will be Saturday tomorrow, and I forget my work and relax for 2 days.
Good.
It helps.
Yes, definitely. I'm glad to hear that. And so now, Joey, you have two strategies here to help you relax more. One is the 5-5-5 breathing exercise, and the second one is going for more walks. Okay. And
it's slightly freezing.
Yeah, could be. Am I back now?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So Joey, you have two strategies here to help you relax. One is the 5-5-5 breathing exercise, and the second one is going for walks because you feel more positive, as you said, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Anyone else have ideas for Joey to relax more? Anyone?
I think maybe you could call people that you have a very good connection with.
Ah, that's a good one too. That's a good one as well.
Especially because the problem is maybe you can visit people, but you can't at the moment. That's the problem with COVID. Or have more time for your family, do things together, and that you can do at home, of course. And but if it's, let's say you got family in town, but then you can't visit each other anymore because I think you're still doing a lockdown there at the moment, or not?
We don't have a full lockdown yet, but the government is encouraging us to stay in more, so more social.
Yeah, okay, but then you can't go and physically visit people, so that's why I think image calling, like with Zoom or something else, or just with the phone, it doesn't matter. But then don't find people that you haven't seen for a while, but people you have a good connection with, because otherwise you go into all kinds of arguments maybe and say, why aren't you visiting me? And just that you already know before that somebody's going to cheer you up. I think that can help.
Get some energy.
That's
maybe you're
great.
thinking of somebody already.
See, yeah, that's a good tip as well. It's a good strategy as well. Connect with friends more virtually, perhaps. So, all right. Anyone else have ideas for Joey to relax more, helping her? No.
Take a good bath.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. Definitely.
A long bath.
Yeah. Yeah.
A long one.
Yeah. A long one. Okay.
Don't get too wrinkly though.
Great. Thanks, everyone. That's good. All right. Joey, any questions so far?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll go back to Frank then. Frank, where were we? I'm trying to remember.
Actually, I can hear you all. Like I can hear you all the time. I think just the video froze. I don't know whether you can hear me.
Oh,
I can hear you guys all.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I know. We didn't because your screen turned dark, and then eventually you dropped out. So sorry.
I'm trying to restart the video, see if I can get it.
Yeah.
Okay. But I can hear you all the time actually.
Okay, great. I'm glad you're back. Okay, but where were we? Remind me, because we were talking about something important.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
WildFit.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I should have written it. I should have written it down so that I can remember where to go back to you. Wait, think about it.
You said you were feeling tired, and you talk about it was the weather, and then that's.
Thank you, Cindy. That's right. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I remember now. We're talking about the Bushmen. How Eric mentioned that the Bushmen does not always have one sleep setting. Like the Bushmen in Africa would be sleeping. They could be sleeping during the day as well, because like the weather is so hot and whatnot. And I was telling Frank that, I mean, I assume right now, if we're feeling tired, it's probably not always due to the food, because I assume that you've not been eating a lot of grains lately, right? Yeah, exactly. So usually it's the grains and the sugar, the bread, it's making us tired, because the stomach the stomach needs a lot of energy there to like figure out how to digest the food, because we could be like eating very convoluted. But because we've been going through this WildFit challenge for 12 weeks now, you are a lot more clear about, you know, what combination of food should be putting in the body. So I'm assuming that it's probably not the food that's causing you tired. It's probably something else. And I probably would say it's likely the weather too. Like I said, I mean, for me, I was like pretty tired towards the end of the day as well. And I know I had a good night's sleep last night. So yeah, it happens, and it's okay.
Good.
Yeah. All right. And any questions so far about anything?
No.
Okay.
I think,
Yeah. And yeah, so definitely keep observing what you were saying about you feel like sometimes your energy isn't so good, or you know, exercise and the weather may come into play. And yeah. So okay, great. Now we complete that checkup. Thank you, Cindy. That was very helpful. I appreciate it. Yeah. All right. Go back to Joey then. Joey, any questions for us so far?
Leave the time to others.
Sorry?
Better leave the time.
Okay. All right.
Find out. Okay,
great. And Reggie had check-ins already. And yeah, let's go to Cindy then. Cindy, how's your week?
It's okay, because I've been working from home this week, so I cook all my meals. And I've been taking the dogs out, so it's increasing my exercise level in a way. It's so hot. I shower every time I come back from a walk. Like I shower 3 or 4 times a day. It's just so hot. And I think it's good. I think pretty relaxed this week. I don't know, maybe it's because I know the program is ending soon, or the dogs are here, and you know, I have company. I don't worry too much about the food stuff. Yeah.
I think that's great. That is so awesome, because relaxing is the key with everything. So I'm so glad to hear that you feel more at ease, and also you have company too with the dogs. It's probably giving you more of a social connection in a way. It's one of the psychological needs that we all need, like as human beings. So yeah, it could be an animal, but still, this is huge, and I'm very glad to hear that.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. What season do you think will you stay in spring for this coming week, Cindy?
When I was watching Eric's video, I thought I would stay in spring for next week as well. But when I woke up from my nap and I was walking outside with the dog around 6 or it was very nice weather, and then I decided that I will be trying living the WildFit next week, because I think maybe it's more important I experience it with the group, and if I have any questions I can ask. Then if I stick to spring and, you know, afterward I try to live wildlife, I don't really work. And it really gets me start, you know, when I was looking at the, you know, his ebook on, you know, items on food and stuff. I think I shared with Wendy before I start the program that I did try like other diets was per se, or and one of the biggest concern for me is that I think I mean I expressed this concern too with this group in the beginning that I'm very Asian cuisine culture focused, right? And for me, maybe it's too early to say, but that's why when he asked me about what is the line that the cannot go below the line, that I cannot come up with anything, is because to me maybe I don't feel like there is anything should be taken away, but maybe it's like what Eric said, maybe moderation in certain things, or just be more conscious, or maybe things I'm start thinking about like in going forward, right? Like even I look at the program. Oh, if you want to pick the season, you go 6 days, 1 day. Kind of if you're in category 2 or 3, and I think I will still need to work on that food list for myself. I don't think I can live without rice. I mean, I don't need to eat rice every day, but I don't think I can go. I mean, of course I have been not eating rice or noodle for the last couple, 6 weeks. But probably in the back of my head, it's because it's 90 days, so I can still do it after that. But then we're saying living well, like it's more of a forever kind of thing. Then that is a mentality probably need to adjust. It's not this 90 days gonna help me to do it forever. So that's why next week that's why I say I decided to switch to living well next week instead of staying on spring. I think it might be more challenging to live it than to stay in spring for me in this age.
You bring up a great point, Cindy. I mean, it's fair to say that the WildFit sort of method, as it were, has not really taken into account the Asian diet and the need that you have for things like soy sauce, oyster sauce, and those sort of things that are staples in your cooking. I really honestly recommend for Living WildFit that you get the book Asian Cooking, the Paleo Asian Cooking book that I put up on the Facebook group, because doing the challenge, it's no good because just about every recipe has coconut aminos in it. But for Living WildFit, you can stay in spring and probably have, this is where you'll be able to experiment with yourself, is doing a recipe from that Asian paleo book that's got the coconut aminos in it, then test yourself and see if you're still in ketosis, then you think of it, that becomes your spring. And that way you'll be able to easily stay in the spring season for yourself. But you've just made that little compromise it's a little bit of fermented foods. It's the coconut aminos that are still good. Yeah, I think you'll be able to adapt to your own sort of spring that is adjusted for the Asian style of cooking, because that's what I'm doing now. One of our master coaches, Ariel, it comes up all the time, can we have kimchi? Can we have fermented foods? Why can't we have vinegar? And one of our main master coaches, she's really awesome. She says, look, when we're doing the 90-day challenge, we adhere to what the program is with Eric, but she herself loves kimchi. She has it every single day of the week. So that's her new normal. And she's a master coach. She's taught thousands of people. So this is what this whole week coming up is what we'll be talking about, is how you make it your own, and you can work through the seasons and adjust them for your palate. So don't give up hope, Cindy. Please don't. You can definitely.
I don't think she's giving hope. She's not giving up.
No.
Other reason I think I will be getting out of spring or living, WildFit is, one goal for me is the weight loss, right? And like until today that, it's just strange. Yes, in clothes fitting, I do feel a little bit loose, but then somehow the weight is just there. I don't know why, right? So, but anyway, we're like into the last week, so now like weight is gonna be off the agenda because it's gonna be last week. How much weight am I gonna accomplish in this 1 week anyway? So I was like, oh, then stop bothering about thinking on the weight part, and then then it's chance easing out of the program, and maybe it's better for me to probably get on, because I think like the weight loss, maybe it is very gradual for my body type or something like that. Yeah.
Cindy, I'm so glad to hear that you're not so hung up on the idea of the weight there, because
I mean, I'm still disappointed, but it's just like
let me explain something here for you. So you were saying that, yeah, your clothes feel a little loose, right? But the number hasn't changed. The number on the scale hasn't changed. One reason that could happen is because your body composition has changed, and perhaps you now have more muscles, or your bone density has increased, and your fat could be reduced. But because muscles are much heavier than fat, as well as bone density as well, so unless we really know what's going on inside the body in terms of like doing a thorough accounting. You're in accounting, right? Mm-hmm. You're in accounting, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry?
But I'm not good with math.
That's okay. But but you know that in accounting there are so many different numbers to go in, right? Account receivable, expenses. And my point is, I'm definitely a newbie in accounting, but my point to you is, not until we look at every single index and use a machine to really check out our whole body, and also like thoroughly looking at it meticulously, it's really hard to tell what's the body composition inside, the changes. And it could be there are some changes significantly inside, but the weight scale did not reflect it on its own. It's highly possible. Especially, I remember you said that you had some exercise routine, right? You had the EMS, like those exercise could be strengthening your muscles and also other areas too. So it could be one reason why the magic number on the scale hasn't reflected it. But I want you to really think about that. Now you feel like the clothes feel different. That is a transformation. It's on its own, a health transformation on its own. Please go back to week 1 video, and I think you will really know what I'm talking about here. And the fact that you feel clothes feel different, that is also a big win.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that your recovery rate is faster after exercise. You're not as tired as before. All these are definitely accomplishments and wins. Yeah, it'd be nice to the scale will change too, but living WildFit, it's only the beginning. And going forward, if you wanted to continue the process of weight releasing, then we will talk a lot more about how to do it next week while living in WildFit. So I wanted to see this is it's still in the initial phase of your WildFit journey. After the 90 days over doesn't mean that your WildFit journey is over. In fact, I would say it's probably just starting, because now you learn more about what this WildFit thing is about. So perhaps that goes back to what Kim's saying earlier, like don't give up on hope yet. It's okay. So does it help?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Great. Okay. Joey, do you want to talk about your Coke incident?
No.
All right. I'll give you a chance. If you don't want to talk about it, it's fine. Okay, everybody. Great jobs in your 12 weeks of WildFit. We are coming close to the end of this challenge, but as I told Cindy earlier, that it's really not the end. It's just the beginning of living this lifestyle. And Kim and I will talk a lot more about it next week. And speaking of week 13, your last week of this challenge, we are going back to daily videos. How exciting! Yay! Yeah, because why we're going back to daily videos? Because there's a lot to talk about and a lot of the concept, the principles of WildFit, the seasons, and the 4 categories that we talked about. There's a lot that we will discuss. So don't worry about like not getting everything right away. We have a whole week ahead of us to discuss, but definitely keep watching the video as much as possible before coming into our coaching next week, because we will be referencing those items and you will get a better understanding if you watch the video before coming into the coaching call with us next week. Okay. And because we're going back to daily videos, we are also having 3 coaching calls next week. Yay! Yes. So what that means is we're adding Wednesdays back. I will remind everybody again. So next week, our first call will be on Monday, and then Wednesday, same time, and then Friday, our last call for the week 13. So definitely I will remind everyone again on Monday that we have a call on Wednesday. So okay, very exciting, very exciting. And Cindy, I'm really happy for you that you're feeling more at ease. So this is really important because as I said earlier to Joey, that it's not just about the food we eat. Yes, the food also communicates to our body at certain times, but more importantly is how we feel about ourselves, generally speaking. Our mental, emotional health is also part of health as well, not just physical health. So feeling more at ease, more relaxed is definitely a positive way going forward. Okay, any last questions? Any last questions? No? Okay, Kim, any other thoughts or things you want to talk about?
No, good.
Okay. All right, thank you so much, everybody. Have a great night or afternoon and great weekend as well. We will talk again on Monday.
Yeah, have a great weekend.
Great weekend.
Yeah, bye Cindy, bye Reggie, bye Joey, bye Frank. Okay.